You'll see I am not alone in the studio today, and that always makes me happy. We're learning about a wonderful family opportunity coming back to Mississippi. It's with JH Outback. We've got Rance, who is a volunteer with the organization, and we also have a father-daughter duo, Blaine and Rebecca Benson. They have been participants in this weekend event. So welcome all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Rance, not a good weekend getaway kind of weather outside, but hopefully will be better weather in May. But give us a little background in JH Outback, because you guys have done this once here, or I guess multiple times in Mississippi. But give us a little background on the actual event.
Sure, Rebecca. We have normally done this event in the fall. So this will be the first time that we're doing it in the spring, and we feel like that's a better time for families and for people that have participated in it. It's just there are a few less activities in the spring. It's before the end of the school year, so a couple of weeks before exams and things like that. And so the way the weekend goes is we have everyone in on a Friday, and so Friday, May the 3rd, and the weekend would go from about 4 in the afternoon on Friday the 3rd until Sunday afternoon until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the way that it works is people that participate in the program, if you come with your spouse, so we have married couples that come, or a parent-child, then you would arrive on Friday. We take care of everything. When you register, we kind of know what cabin you'll be in, and so we assign your cabin. We help direct participants to their cabin and take care of their luggage. They will go straight to an event. We have a rodeo that afternoon.
Fun.
Yeah, it's a fun rodeo, and then we have a speaker that night, and we have a dinner that evening. And then Saturday is full of activities, and then Sunday we have activities, and then we take care of your departure. We just bring your car back to you. And then
you take my car? No, I'm just kidding. You're stuck once you get there. No, I mean, this sounds like a wonderful sort of getaway, and I know that's part of it. But there's a deeper mission to the JH Outback. So what is that, Rance?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So our mission is that we want to help families in the relationships with the person that they come to, and just improving that relationship and improving their relationship with the Lord.
Which I think a wonderful way to do that is just getting away, disconnecting from what your everyday kind of life looks like. So I'm going to guess, Blaine, you brought this to Rebecca, but maybe Rebecca, as a daughter, you brought this to your dad. So, Blaine, how did this become a part of the Benson household?
Thank you, Rebecca. Great question. I had always known about JH Outback for several years, and I guess a few years back I'd kind of planned that we were going to go to this event, and I kind of put the sales spill on it with my daughter, and I think she was a little skeptical at first, but I wanted to get away to an environment where there was no distraction, where we could just leave our cell phones and just work on our relationship with each other, work on my relationship with God, and it was a life changer. I feel like I'm a different person because of that experience.
Was it a hard sell for you, Rebecca?
Yes, it was. And I felt like he planned it very in advance. So he just kept on telling me over and over again about our plans, and I got tired of listening about it until we actually went out there, that I realized how important it was to him and how it was going to grow our relationship and really take the focus to God and not of the world. Like, we got so lost in our life that I forgot completely about reality when I was up there, and it just felt like a getaway that you can focus.
Because I would say, as a young lady, I heard you earlier talking about show choir and all your things with school, being in the 10th grade. What grade were you in when y'all went and did this father-daughter weekend?
9th grade.
So this has been sort of a year?
It was after 9th grade going into 10th grade, so it was this past summer.
So a very height of busy. I can feel that. Got a 6th grader, Mr. Blaine, it just feels like life just spins. They say the days are long and the years are short, and boy, are they right once they hit sort of high school. So what were some of the warning signs? And again, not necessarily saying that y'all had a spiraling out of control, just recognizing that you were disconnected. What were the warning signs that maybe you and your daughter were disconnected and need to be reconnected by disconnecting?
I would say, and we kind of talked about this on our way over here today. There were times that we probably argued more than we should. There was times where she was going through challenges and conflicts where I needed to let her work through that and just me be just the dad that listens and not try to fix it. So the Outback event just kind of helped us get a little more grounded to kind of, me not try to rescue her, if that kind of makes sense. So.
Are there, and this could be for you, Rance or Blaine, are there people there, like, do you come in, say you are a father, daughter, or a spouse duo, and sort of set the stage with maybe some things that, you would like help or guided through? Or is it more just the event in itself presents the scenario where you can sit back, relax, detach, and then your own kind of healing can begin, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's more of, we say, one of the sayings that we have is fun first. So we start everything with fun activity, and it's mostly an undistracted environment. So a lot of these things that people know before they get there, they know that they need time to sit down and talk and just work on their relationship, but it's just hard to find that time. And there's a lot of distractions just with school and activities and work that we have that at Outback the volunteers work to take that away. So we have as many volunteers as we have guests, and that's necessary because the volunteers are really working on that undistracted environment. The program is just built on helping that undistracted environment and helping the conversation and helping the participants to have fun. The guests that are there, it's not really a camp. We don't call our guests campers. They're our guest, so it's a welcoming environment. And the volunteers work on that hospitality. We work months in advance just for our guests.
Rebecca, I'm sure you went, not reluctantly, but I can't imagine just, whistling while you were skipping down the way to get there. So what was it like once you got there? When did your defenses come down and recognize that this could be fun with Dad?
Okay, so when I got there, I was it was very late at night when we arrived, and I was kind of in a bad mood because, long travel day. And when you get there, since we got there really late, we went straight to bed, and I didn't even know what the plans were for the next day because all of my cabin was already asleep. And I woke up, and we had the rodeo, and I met my first friend. So there's other daughters and dads staying in our cabin. So my dad stayed with some dads, and we stayed with the rest of the daughters. And I made my first friend, and her name is Allie. And I got to meet the rest of my cabin, officially. And we played team games at the rodeo. And that's where I was like, okay, there's a bunch of girls in the same position. We're all nervous. We're all, not familiar with each other. We're all strangers. And it just encouraged me that I'm not alone in this. And the same for my dad. He is meeting all these dads for the first time. I'm sure it's scary for him. But when you know that you're not alone in that, it just makes you feel so much better. And then when we went to our first, devotional Big Top, I realized how much I could pay attention in it, whereas in church, it's kind of hard to pay attention sometimes. You just get distracted with what else you have going on in the day. But it was the first time where I understood what they were talking about. I could take the notes easy. And the worship felt like God was in the room with you. And that's where I was just in awe of this place. And I was so excited about the rest of the week.
Which went quickly, I'm sure, when you get there and having that. I see, Mr. Blaine, you're just beaming with sort of still joy, I guess, from that experience. I'm sure you had high hopes when you signed you and your daughter up for that, but you got everything and more in return, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's hard to kind of stop from welling up because it was, if I could just tell people just to go. I mean, it's only so much you kind of that I can explain about it, but just go to the event and it'll be a life changer.
So Rance, that's perfect. Where do people go to sign up?
So you can go to jhoutback.com, and then you can click on either the parent-child or the married couple link to that, and then go down to Jackson, Mississippi, and there's a register button.
And that's coming up May
3rd through the 5th.
May 3rd through the 5th. All right, I appreciate y'all's time. You guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.